Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview, Book of 1 Chronicles, Chapter 17. Let's get started now. The Book of 1 Chronicles Chapter 17 is a pivotal chapter in the Old Testament. This chapter describes a significant moment in the life of King David, when he receives a promise from God to establish his dynasty forever. This promise, which is often referred to as the Davidic Covenant, has far-reaching implications not only for David's kingdom but also for the future of Israel and the coming of the Messiah. The chapter begins with King David expressing his desire to build a permanent temple for God, since the Ark of the Covenant had been residing in a tent since the time of Moses. However, the prophet Nathan tells David that God has other plans, and that instead of David building the temple, God will establish a dynasty for David that will last forever. Nathan explains that God will be the one to build a house for David, rather than David building a house for God. This promise of an everlasting dynasty is a major turning point in the story of Israel. Up until this point, Israel had been ruled by judges and then by kings, but there was no guarantee that any particular dynasty would last forever. The Davidic Covenant establishes a sense of continuity and stability for the nation, as well as a sense of hope for the future. The chapter goes on to describe David's reaction to this promise. He is overwhelmed with gratitude and humbly acknowledges that God has blessed him and his family beyond measure. He also makes a vow to continue to seek God's will and to follow his commands. The Davidic Covenant has several important teachings and applications for Christians today. First and foremost, it is a reminder of God's faithfulness and his desire to bless his people. Just as God made a promise to David that he would establish his dynasty forever, so too has God made promises to Christians that he will be with them always and that he has prepared a place for them in heaven. Secondly, the Davidic Covenant is a reminder of the importance of obedience to God. David's reaction to the promise was one of humility and a renewed commitment to follow God's will. Christians today should likewise strive to obey God's commands and seek his will in all things. Finally, the Davidic Covenant points forward to the coming of the Messiah, who would be a descendant of David and fulfill God's promise of an everlasting dynasty. Christians believe that Jesus Christ is the fulfillment of this promise, and that through him, God's kingdom has been established forever. In summary, the book of 1 Chronicles Chapter 17 describes a pivotal moment in the story of Israel, when God promises David an everlasting dynasty. This promise has far-reaching implications for the nation of Israel and for Christians today, as it is a reminder of God's faithfulness, the importance of obedience, and the coming of the Messiah. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.